Fifth grade instant math, module 17, divide decimals. What can I buy? Lorna has $5 to spend at the grocery store. She wants to buy 2 items and has a coupon for $1 off any purchase of $5 or more. What are the two most expensive items that Lorna can buy using her coupon? So, what do you think?
Milk and the white rice.
Okay, so let's see if she can do that, right? So we have what? So 339 plus 245. Okay, Adam, 14, carry the 1, 8, 5, so 584. And then she can save $1, right? Yeah. And then that would do what? So minus $1 would be 484, right? Okay. Now, why couldn't she do the hummus and the milk?
Because the milk is $3.59, so that'd be $6 plus half hour.
Right. So you would be over, even with your $1 off, you would still be over her $5. So she would not have enough money. So if the parent said hummus and a bag of rice. Okay, so explain how to solve the problem. How much over $5 does Lorna spend? So if we want to know how much she spends, we're going to take our $5, or we said it was the 484, right? How much change did she get back?
She got
12 cents?
84 cents. No,
16, right? This goes up to 90, and then you have the 10. So her change is
16 cents.
Is 16 cents. Okay, suppose Lorna uses her money and a coupon to purchase 3 items. If she can buy 2 or more of one item, is it possible for her to spend a greater amount? So could she possibly spend more than her 484?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes. Okay. So basically, she can go anything up to what? How much money? $6 because then she uses her $1 coupon, right? So could she buy 2 broccolis and 1 rice? Let's see what that is. So it'd be $1.75 plus $1.75 plus a bag of rice, which is $2.45. Add it. 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. Carry the 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. Plus 7 is 15. Plus 4 is 19. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 5. So she has $5.95, and then she has her $1 coupon. So $4.95. So she spends the $4.95. And what does she get back in change? Just 5 cents this time, right? Okay. Are you ready to complete these problems to review prior to concepts and skills you will need for this module? So we're learning how to divide decimals in this one, right? We just learned how to multiply them. Now we're going to divide them. So that finding the quotient. So 18 divided by 2 is 9. 21 divided by 3 is 7. 32 divided by 8 is 4. 30 divided by 6 is 5. 56 divided by 7 is 8. 27 divided by 9 is 3. Okay. So of course those did not have decimals in them. They were just standard division problems. Equivalent decimals, right? An equivalent decimal in hundreds. So they have 5 and 6 tenths. Could you also write 5 and 60 hundredths? Okay. Can we, for this one, we have 3 and 9 tenths. We would write 3 and 90 hundredths, right? So basically we're adding a decimal to the end. So what we learned with our buckets is that it instead of getting a remainder when you're using decimals, you can add a what to the end? A 0, and then keep on going, right? Okay. Because when you add that 0, does it change the value?
No.
No. Okay. So we can do 12 and 20 hundred. Write the equivalent decimal in tens. So this time we're not adding a 0, we're dropping the 0, right? So 8 and 4 tenths, 6 and 2 tenths, and then 8 tenths. Okay. Find the quotient. So if you need an extra paper, you can, or you can also just turn your paper and work this way. Okay. You can turn your paper and work this way to have more room. Okay. So 552 divided by 23. How many times does 23 go into that? Twice. Minus 46, and you're left over with 9. And bring down the 2. How many times does 23 go into 92? 4. Let's try 4. 4 times 3 is 12. Mentally carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. Nothing left over, so our answer is 24. Number 14. So this is 13. Number 14. We have what? 3,990 divided by 38. How many times does 38 go into 39? 1 minus 38. 1 left over. Bring down the 9. How many times does 38 go into 19? It doesn't, so we put a 0 up here. Minus 0. 19. Bring down the 0. How many times does 38 go into 190? 5 times. Let's try it. 5 times 8 is 40. Put the 0. Mentally carry the 4. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 4 is 19. Nothing left over. So our answer is 105. Okay. Number 15. We're taking 1,478 divided by 42. How many times does 42 go into 1? Does it? 42 into 14. Does it? 42 into 147. Okay, 3 times. Let's try it. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. Subtract 1, 2, 21. Did that work? Yep. Bring down the 8. How many times does 42 go into 218? 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10. Put a 0. Mentally carry the 1. 5 times 4 is 20. Plus 1 is 21. So subtract, and we're left with 8. In this case, we learned that you could put a decimal there and then add a 0 and keep going. In this case, they're not asking that. They just want it with a remainder. So this one would be 35 remainder 8. Okay. Number 16. So we have 7,800. Oh, I got to move that over. 7,884 divided by what? 32. Okay. How many times does 32 go into that? Twice. Does 32 go into 7? No. 32 into 78? Twice. Minus 64. And we're left with 14, right? Bring down our 8. How many times does 32 go into 148? 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. Bring down, so be left with 20 and bring down the 4. How many times does 32 go into 204? 6 times. 6 times 2 is 12. Mentally carry the 1. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 1 is 19. And then we have 2. This becomes a 10. This became a 1. So we're left over with 12. So 246, remainder 12. Number 17. We have 1,408 divided by 64. Okay, so how many times does 64 go into 1?
No.
Doesn't. 64 into 14? Doesn't. 64 into 140? Twice. And that would be what? 128. And then you're left over with, this becomes a 10, this becomes a 3. You're left over with 12, right? Bring down the 8. What did we just say that was? 2 times. Minus 128. Nothing left over, so our answer is 22. Okay, number 18. We have 2,211 divided by 16. 16 into 2. 16 into 22. 1 minus 16. We're left over with 6. Bring down the 1. How many times does 16 go into 61? 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. Mentally carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. This becomes an 11. This becomes a 5. 11 minus 8 is 3. 5 minus 4 is 1. Bring down our 1. How many times does 16 go into 131? 8 times. 8 times 6 is 48. Put the 8, mentally carry the 4. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12. This becomes an 11. This becomes a 2. 11 minus 8 is 3. So 138, remainder 3.